We shall overcome. We shall overcome.
Overcome what?
What was that, fascist?
I'm asking just what it is that you want to overcome. Who tied you up like this?
I've tied myself here, yeah, me, pig. Now try and repress me out of that.
You tied yourself up?
It's an act demonstrating freedom, see? Well, it demonstrates my freedom to tie myself to anything I want to, whenever I want to. That's one of your basic human rights, right? And I'll fight to keep a hold of it.
You mean you want to fight for the right to lose your freedom?
Right on! Don't you want to know what I'm protesting about?
I was half hoping to avoid it, but do go on.
I'm protesting for the right to have female members of the Fools and Jesters Guild, and I will not be moved.
Why are you protesting about it over here in the cemetery? Why don't you go and do it outside the Jesters Guild?
They never have anything worth tying yourself to over at that end of town. I like this, though. Quite a nice little stake, if you don't mind my saying so. Not an absolute prime choice, mind, but getting there.
Then by all means be my guest. Excuse me, I think it's probably time for me to take my medicine.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome.
What's this one? If unattended, please ring bell.
Ah! Ha ha! Another one! Go find your own grave, you rotten fool!
Windle?
Windle? Good! That's my private name. Ah, you still remember, lad? Oh, great days they were, great days. Life? Pff, you don't know what life is until you're dead. It was great, all that breathing and walking around in the fresh air. Oh, I tell you, if I had my time all over again, I wouldn't reincarnate.
So, how are you adjusting then?
Oh, I'll never get used to this grave, I'll tell you. The walls are so thin. All you can do here is lie around and listen to what the neighbours say.
So, what's it like? Being dead, I mean.
Oh, I've had enough of it. The hours are too long for a start. Here, keep the wretched dead and alive hole.
Wait, what am I supposed to do with a grave?
Use it as a small swimming pool, huh?
I can't swim.
I never said you had to fill it with water, did I? Yoicks and away!
Right. Well, it looks like I have a real mission then. I either restore death to his rightful place, or else we'll be up to our armpits in gaunt, dark-eyed young Gothic girls dressed in black, all pretending that they can quote romantic poetry. Actually, that doesn't sound bad at all. Nah. Onward! A slab, aha, mounted beneath the coffin. A sort of primitive anti-gravity system. Oh, another coffin. You know, I think I'm really getting the hang of this object identification thing. I can't reach it from here.
Wandering shop. No one knows why, but all the most truly mysterious and magical items are brought from shops that appear and, after a trading life even briefer than a double glazing company's, vanish like smoke, They can turn up wherever there's a suitable stretch of blank wall, but once there, they have always been there. Dust and grime and a general worn look instantly dispel any doubts in the minds of people who may have walked down that same street every day for a year without noticing it. There are 3 general theories to explain the phenomenon of wandering shops. 1. Many thousands of years ago, there evolved somewhere in the multiverse a race whose single talent was to buy cheap and sell dear. 2. They are the creation of a sympathetic fate, charged with the role of supplying exactly the right thing at the right time. 3. They are simply a very clever way of getting around the various Sunday closing acts. All these theories have 2 things in common. They explain the known facts, and they are completely and utterly wrong.
Just what I've always wanted. I don't suppose I can have it then.
Why not? It's yours. You only had to ask.
That looks nice. Can I have it then?
Certainly.
What? No mumbo jumbo? No sudden insistence that I go on a special quest or anything?
What? Me? Order a princess about? Whatever are you thinking?
That looks interesting. Could I possibly have it then?
Certainly.
Nope, can't reach them. I better ask her first anyway. Candles, excellent. These should do the job nicely.
Hey there, Your Highness. And aren't you a pretty little girl?
I'm not a little girl, I'm a powerful and dignified magician.
Why are you dressed up as a princess then?
I most certainly am not.
You've got a tall, pointy hat. All princesses have tall, pointy hats.
Look, it's not...
And a dress. A tall, pointy hat and a dress. That's a princess in my book.
So how do you explain the beard then, eh? Eh?
I thought that was just probably your peasant blood, dear. A lot of men find a bit of hair sultry and attractive.
I wish a lot of women did. I can't really see that this shop serves any valid social purpose at all. It all seems like a total waste of resources.
Well, that's nice coming from a princess.
Look, for the last time, I am not a princess.
Okay, Your Highness.
Look, all joking apart, what are you selling?
Well, Your Highness, this here is an adventure shop. It has all the marvellous things people need when they decide that their main calling in life is to find a hole in the ground, collect some friends, and then go delving into the underground, armed only with swords, rope, 10-foot poles, halberds, 6 torches, and a flask of oil.
Good gracious. And is there actually much of a demand for this?
No, it's all collectible trading cards these days. Dim wick, the smothering. It's taken all the fun out of the business. I can't even shift magic items anymore.
Magic items? What, elven cloaks, magic swords, boots of speed, that kind of thing?
That's the stuff. We don't really stock the boots anymore, though. We did have boots of domination, but a female barbarian already bought up those. Anyway, do have a browse, Your Highness, and let me know if there's anything you want.
Candles? You do candles?
Yes, Your Royal Highness. I make them by hand. Well, I would make them by hand, but everyone just uses continual light spells these days. I don't really stock candles anymore. Those are just display models made out of plaster.
But you could make me some if you had the chance.
Oh, yes, love. I just need you to bring me the raw materials. Now, your grade A candle, that's made from dead whales. We used to use their nasal hairs, but these days a true pure white candle is made from spermaceti.
Where does that come from?
I never dared ask, love. Anyway, the next best thing is beeswax.
Beeswax, right.
We used to have a lovely bee milking parlour out the back. The bees insisted it was the only way to get the job done. Every evening, we'd round up the bees and settle them down in little chairs, give them all a newspaper, and let them wax away to their heart's content. Then someone pointed out that all we had to do was open up the hive and scoop out all the wax we want. The little buzzers had been having us on all along.
You just can't trust a bee, can you?
That's just what I always say, Your Royal Highness.
Oh, stop it. Be seeing you then. Oh, hello. And what in the world are you? Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Well, I didn't understand a word of that at all. Sorry.
Barkeeper, I'll have a pint of Winkle's Extra Flatulent, my good man. Down here. Oi! I said I'll have... Oi, come back here. Don't you know who I am? I am Casenanda, the second greatest lover who ever lived, and the ladder salesman extraordinaire. Come back!
What'll it be, lady?
Greetings to you, my good man. And who might you be?
Who?
You. I'm asking you what your name is. Who are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Amazing, isn't it? In any other city, you'd be mayor by now. Just tell me what alcohol you have to drink. And by that I mean something which neither eats through the glass bottle, serves as host to a colony of sentient protozoa, or ends me up in any obscure, farcical little problems with chaos theory and butterflies.
Yeah, that's all we've got. Protozoa. They're only little protozoa.
Ciliate or non-ciliate?
I think they're mostly rotifers.
Brilliant. He can't tie his shoes, but he can classify microorganisms. There's one for the education system. All right, give me one very alcoholic drink, complete with sentient rotifers.
You want I should make it look pretty with a couple of little amoebas on a steak?
All right, whatever. And they say the art of cocktail mixing is long dead. And you are?
I am Casenanda, ladder salesman and lover extraordinaire.
I don't know if there's anything particularly ordinary about that.
Oh, how we danced, how we danced through the night. We danced, and we danced, till our socks were alight.
So you're the world's greatest lover, are you?
Second greatest, really. But the way I look at it, if people think you're number 2, then they know you try harder.
So, what does the world's second greatest lover do with his time?
Oh, I'm always looking for fresh challenges, sir. I look at it as my duty to bring a romance and step ladders into the lives of beautiful women everywhere.
This ladder of yours.
Ah, the finest ladder in all of the disc. The old equalizer, you might say. It allows the lover of a reduced altitude the opportunity to kiss his lady on the cheek instead of on the...
That's quite enough of that. Now look, I need a ladder. Can you get me one?
Oh, no, I only have one. And I need it for my romantic adventures. Introduce me to a beautiful woman, closer to the ground. A wild woman, a fair and beauteous flower. And the ladder shall be yours.
I hope it comes wash and wear. Find some woman comatose enough to listen to that lot without screaming. That's a laugh for a start. Oh, that's enough of this conversation for me.
Oh, blood, blood, blood.
I'm sorry.
Nothing. Just trying to get into the role, that's all.
So, you're a vampire then?
Indeed. Child of darkness, hell brethren, that sort of thing. Well, it's a job. Someone's got to do it.
So what do you do? I mean, I've often wondered just how a vampire spends its time.
Well, I am the knight, you see.
No, not really.
Well, that is just my point. How is anybody supposed to be the knight? It's not much of a job description now, is it? It's not as if you're even asked. Just one night you're walking home and woof, you're a vampire.
Is it that bad though? I mean, think of all the advantages.
What advantages? You tell me.
Ooh, lower food bills, low-cost housing, and black goes with everything, of course.
Yeah, but it's this whole night thing that gets me. I never stayed out beyond 8 p.m. in the old days, and now look at me. It's like the black hole of Jelly Baby out there. I keep falling over. Being undead doesn't mean I've got eyes like a cat, you know. I mean, I wish I had, but I haven't. So if I want to do any really good stalking, I have to carry a lantern, which pretty much defeats the whole business. I look silly.
Well, is there some way other than just stalking?
Well, I tried advertising. Wanted. Victims to be drained of their lifeblood by a hungry vampire. Yeah, you'd be astonished at how little response there was.
Quite.
And when I thought about it, the whole business seemed wrong. So I decided to give the whole blood thing a miss and start sucking something else. So I started on strawberry jam.
Did it work?
Well, it tastes better, but now look what's happened. See? I rotted my teeth. Who ever heard of a vampire with false teeth?
I'd sympathise with you more if I didn't have this awful foreboding that I'm going to have to use you later on. As part of some overcomplicated little scheme. You're not a vampire?
I am! Look! I've got the cloak! I've even got the frilly shirt. Think I'd be seen wearing this lot if I was alive? Look at this! That's for draining blood, that is. Yeah, terrified now, eh? Frozen by my powers. Hypnotized by the terror that strikes out of the night.
Gothic horror is dead at last. I wonder if anybody will miss it. So this is it. You're just going to sit in here and avoid being a vampire at all? Haven't you got somewhere better to go than a seedy little bar?
Where should I go? Oh, you ought to see my home, my friend. A coffin at the graveyard. You call that comfort, 'cause I don't. I'll creep into the crypt at the dawn and not a moment before.
A toothless old vampire drinking a Bloody Mary without much Mary. Can life or undeath offer any deeper degradation than this? If it does, I'm sure we'll soon find out. Look, I'm afraid I have to be somewhere else. As she can't answer, there doesn't really seem any point. Granny Weatherwax. A tough lady, this one. Best to let her get the beauty sleep she so obviously needs. I've found your perfect woman, I think. Or, to put it more accurately, I have found your greatest challenge. She's over in the mortuary.
You mean she's dead?
She doesn't seem to think so.
Hey, that's good enough for me.
A genie bottle, eh? Obviously a good home for beings of the non-substantial persuasion. I better ask her about buying it.
Is it? Oh, I haven't been outside.
Hello there. Nice day. Eh?
What? How dare you?
Look, I believe you're fouling up this whole conversation.
What do you mean? How do I do it?
I just don't believe the hash you're making of a simple conversation. How are you managing to do it?
Ooh, yes, that's what I am. Why, does it show?
She's talking like she already knows what I'm going to say. Is she a clairvoyant?
Well, it's nice to start all over again. I'm sorry about all that. Sometimes I forget I've left it on, you see.
Hello there. Nice day. Oh, damn it, we're back here again.
Eh? Oh, sorry, I forgot to turn my precognition off. There we are. That should be much easier.
Might I borrow that genie bottle you have up on the shelf up there?
I tell you what, you can have the bottle, but only if you get me some nice fresh ectoplasm.
Ugh, ectoplasm? What? That stuff that drips down walls? Sort of ghostly goo?
That's the stuff. Nice and slippery.
Won't the wallpaper get all sticky?
That's what the punters want these days, dear. They don't think you're a proper psychic unless there's ectoplasm sloshing all over the place.
Where does ectoplasm come from, anyway?
Ooh, you can wring it out of spirits if you can catch them. Squish it out of them like wringing laundry.
Well, that's it for now. Hello there!
Ha! A likely story. That's just the sort of attitude I've come to expect from you living fascists.
What? I never said a word.
Words? Yeah, right. That's where it starts. Dead common. Dead boring. You've used them. Don't say you haven't.
I'm not prejudiced. I'm dead set against it.
See? There you go. If there's ever going to be any justice for us undead, then we have to start at the grassroots.
Oh, a bit lower than that, surely.
Don't you try to dictate our level of activity. Lively, dead right. That's what we want. So if you're not dead, then drop dead. This club's for the children of the night, so if you want to live it up, right, you go elsewhere.
A vile smell? An ambulatory vile smell? Yes, well, that's brought some life into my day.
Oh, bugger it. Oh, bugger 'em. Millennium hand and shrimp. The buns, all over the... You young spiders. I told them, put that in your trumpet. Millennium hand and shrimp. Blow that for a game of trousers. Was there something you wanted?
What's that cloud hanging over you?
Stench. That's my special smell, that is. Yeah, it's a first-class smell. It's got a life of its own, you know. Quite a little personality.
You're saying that your smell is so powerful it actually can be seen?
Yeah, it likes the boots, you know. Nothing it likes better than to settle down with a good old boot. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to continue with my job as resident crazy man in this marvellous street theatre that is Ankh-Morpork.
Those are boots you're cooking, aren't they?
Prime boots with stench attached. They smell like shoes, you know. Gotta have lots of boots to maintain a real fine stink, you know. Get off. There's plenty for everyone.
Excuse me, I think it's probably time for me to take my medicine.
Spare a gold
A coffee pot.
Spare a gold
Well, I
piece.
say coffee if you could call it that. Whatever it is, if you drink it, you'll at least be dead, if not dead sober.
Spare a gold piece, sir. Spare a gold piece.
Aha, a menu. I wonder what they serve here. Let's see what we have here. Rodent in a bun, rodent in a bag, live rodent on brochette, and stunned rodent cordon bleu prepared in a white wine sauce with shallots, truffles and small potatoes. Oh, damn, they only served that one on alternate Tuesdays. This may sound a daft question, but don't you have anything that isn't rodents?
We do have rocks.
Rocks.
Yeah, granite, quartz, some prime cuts of obsidian, fresh today from the quarry for my troll customers. Even some candy rock for afters. I know it's not mice, but, well, he seemed wise to spread my clientele, sir. Go for the troll dollar, that sort of thing.
Trolling for more customers?
That's the one. Candy rock, that's right, sir. It's like a toffee for trolls. Well, very chewy toffee for trolls. It might have a bit too much mica in it. The only problem is that it can make the teeth fall out. Bad for them, you see, sir. But I tell a lie, because we're out of it at the moment. Someone ate all the wheels off the delivery vehicle. Happens about once a week, that does. Must be a la carte menu. Hey there, sir. Hey there. What can I cook for you? We got the meals for one and all, a fixed price menu, and everything come with a pickle.
What's on the menu?
Oh, mice, sir. Mostly mice. Ethnic dwarf cuisine, sir. I got 'em baked, I got 'em glazed, I even got 'em on a stick.
Mice? You mean you're dishing out rodents?
Not just any old mice, sir. Big, fat ones. Prime squeakers, sir. Good pink noses, no finer in Ankh-Morpork.
What makes you say that?
Operation of the jaw. Tongue and vocal cords, sir. And then the words just fly out. Oh, sorry, you meant the food. Very select rodentia, sir. And hygienically prepared, sir.
Rodents hygienically prepared? How?
I always wash my hands after touching them, sir.
Fair enough. Can't say fairer than that. All right then. One extra rare mouse burger.
Right, sir. Hey, I think I can hear one of the little squeakers now. There you are, sir. Extra rare.